I poured my heart and soul into my coffee shop for 15 years, sacrificing everything to keep it afloat, to pay off every last cent of debt. And then, in a cruel twist of fate, I handed over every penny of my hard-earned savings, not to a legitimate investment, but to a sophisticated, calculated lie. They called it pig butchering, and I was the pig. My name is Sarah. For a long time, my life revolved around the aroma of freshly roasted beans and the clatter of espresso machines. My little coffee shop, the daily grind, was my world. After years of relentless work, struggling through recessions and pandemic, I finally paid off all my business loans last year. It felt like a monumental weight lifted. For the first time in a decade, I wasn't just surviving, I was thriving. My biggest dream wasn't for myself. Not really. It was for my 2 kids, aged 10 and 12. I wanted to build a solid foundation for their future, college funds, a safety net, and maybe, just maybe, finally build a retirement fund for myself that wasn't just a distant dream. It started innocently enough, a wrong number text message. "Hello, is this Mr. Chun?" The sender, who introduced herself as Jasmine, quickly apologized, claiming she was trying to reach a client. She had a sophisticated, friendly profile picture, elegant, professional, and very attractive. I was busy, but something about her politeness, her seemingly genuine apology, made me respond. We exchanged a few more polite messages, and she seemed so understanding about my long hours. She mentioned her work in digital asset management and how it allowed her to live a comfortable life. It was an immediate pitch, more like building a rapport. The red flags? There were none at first, not obvious ones. Her English was flawless, her responses timely. She spoke about her passion for travel and fine dining, things I dreamed of but never had time for. The website she later subtly introduced, Global Crypto Pro, looked sleek, professional. It had all the charts, the testimonials, the secure login, everything you'd expect from a legitimate platform. The returns she mentioned, not outlandish, but consistently positive, seemed just realistic enough to be true, enough to tempt someone like me who was finally ready to think about growth. As our daily conversations grew, Jasmine became more than just a contact. She became a confidant. She listened to my struggles with single parenthood, my hopes for my children. She encouraged me, telling me I deserve financial freedom after all my hard work. She started talking about crypto, specifically a stable arbitrage strategy on her platform, which she claimed minimized risk while maximizing returns. She sent screenshots of her own seemingly enormous profits. It felt exclusive, like she was sharing a secret with me, a special opportunity. I started with small investment, $5,000. Within days, I saw a profit on my dashboard. Not huge, but consistent. I could even make a small withdrawal just to test it. It worked. That built immense trust. Then came the pressure, subtle at first. She'd say things like, "Sarah, the market conditions are perfect right now for a larger investment. Don't miss this window of opportunity." Or, "My uncle, a brilliant financial analyst, confirms this is a once-in-a-lifetime chance." She flattered me constantly, calling me smart and brave for taking control of my financial future. She even subtly shamed me, saying, "Are you truly serious about your children's future, or will you let this opportunity pass you by?" My initial excitement morphed into growing hope, then into a desperate need to seize this chance. I rationalized every doubt. The platform showed constant gains. I liquidated a small stock portfolio I had, put in another $20,000. Then, when she pushed for $50,000, explaining it would unlock VIP access to even higher returns, I felt a knot in my stomach. But the numbers on the screen were so compelling, the dream of my kids' education so vivid, that I took out a second mortgage on my small home. I transferred $75,000 in cryptocurrency, carefully following her intricate instructions for sending it to multiple wallets, which she claimed was for security and liquidity purposes. The psychological game was masterful. They slowly fattened me up to pig, with false hope and manipulated returns. The first hint of true panic came when I tried to make a significant withdrawal. $30,000, just to see in my bank account. The platform initially processed it, then froze the transaction. A pop-up appeared, stating I needed to pay a 15% tax on my profits before withdrawal could be released. I immediately messaged Jasmine. She sounded sympathetic, almost annoyed on my behalf, claiming it was a new government regulation, an unforeseen issue. She urged me to pay it quickly so I wouldn't lose my gains. That was the first true jolt of suspicion. A tax before withdrawal? It didn't feel right. I told her I didn't have the cash, that all my money was in the platform. She became distant, her messages less frequent. Then an email arrived, not from Jasmine, but from Global Crypto Pro support, demanding the tax payment within 24 hours or my account would be locked. I frantically tried to call the number listed on the website. It was disconnected. I searched for Global Crypto Pro online. That's when the horror truly set in. Buried in obscure forums, I found stories, almost identical to mine, of people losing hundreds of thousands to a pig butchering scam involving a platform that looked eerily similar to mine. The tax was a classic tactic. Jasmine stopped responding entirely. My heart hammered against my ribs. The shock was paralyzing, quickly followed by a wave of nausea and cold dread. My carefully built future, my children's future, was gone. Just gone. I tried to access my account one last time. It was locked. All those green numbers, all those profits, vanished into thin air. The futility of trying to recover anything hit me like a physical blow. The trust I had in Jasmine, the hope I had poured into this venture, felt like a gaping wound. The days that followed were a blur of shame and despair. My retirement dream was shattered. My children's college fund evaporated. And the house? The second mortgage was a terrifying, looming burden. I felt foolish, utterly naive, and profoundly alone. How could I have been so blind? The trust one once had in online interactions, in promises of quick wealth, was utterly decimated. Every time I looked at my kids, my heart ached with guilt. I was too ashamed to tell my family for weeks, carrying this crushing secret. The emotional toll was immense, a constant anxiety, a feeling of betrayal so deep it permeated every aspect of my life. It wasn't just the money, it was a theft of my hope, my peace of mind. This story is a chilling echo of countless lives shattered by the insidious pig-butchering scam. Let's break down how this sophisticated fraud operates, and more importantly, how you can arm yourself with the knowledge to avoid falling victim to a similar fate. Sarah made several critical mistakes, which are common pitfalls in these types of scams. Let's look at them. Mistake 1. Engaging with unsolicited contact. The scam began with an unexpected text. Scammers often initiate contact through seemingly innocuous wrong number texts, social media messages, or dating apps. Mistake 2. Emotional vulnerability and seeking connection. Sarah was at a vulnerable point, looking for stability and connection after years of intense work and personal challenges. Scammers exploit loneliness and a desire for companionship to build rapport. Mistake 3. Believing in unrealistic returns and expert advice. The promise of consistent, high returns with minimal risk, especially in volatile markets like crypto, should always raise a massive red flag. The expert advice from a new, online acquaintance is extremely dangerous. Mistake 4. Failing to conduct independent due diligence. Sarah relied solely on the scammer's information and the seemingly legitimate website. She didn't independently verify the platform, the individual, or the investment strategy. Mistake 5. Succumbing to pressure and urgency tactics. The scammer created a sense of urgency, pressuring Sarah to invest more and more, claiming market windows or VIP access. This overrides rational decision-making. So, how can you protect yourself? Here's actionable advice. Be skeptical of unsolicited contact. If someone you don't know contacts you out of the blue, especially if they quickly shift to discussing investments or money, be extremely wary. Block and report suspicious messages. Verify independently. Due diligence is key. Research before investing a single penny. Independently research any company, platform, or individual. Check their registration with regulatory bodies like SEC in the US, FCA in the UK. Look for red flags. Search online for reviews, scam warnings, and news articles related to the platform name, plus terms like scam, fraud, or reviews. Often, others have reported similar experiences. Don't trust screenshots. Scammers fake trading platforms and screenshots. These are easily manipulated. Understand risk versus reward. If an investment promises guaranteed high returns with no risk, it is almost certainly a scam. True investments involve risk. Learn about realistic investment returns. Guard your emotions. Scammers are masters of psychological manipulation. They exploit greed, fear, hope, and loneliness. Never make financial decisions when you're under emotional duress or feeling pressured. Take a step back. Discuss it with a trusted friend, family member, or a legitimate financial advisor. Protect your personal information. Never share sensitive financial details, account logins, or send cryptocurrency to unverified individuals or platforms. Legitimate investment firms will not ask you to send crypto directly to personal wallets. Be wary of friends who push investments. If someone you've only met online, especially on dating apps, quickly steers conversations toward investment opportunities, particularly in crypto, it's a huge red flag. They're likely a pig butcher. Report and seek help. If you suspect you've been scammed, act immediately. Contact your bank, law enforcement like FBI, IC3 in the US, Action Fraud in the UK, and relevant financial regulatory bodies. The pain of financial fraud is devastating, but knowledge is your strongest shield. Don't let this happen to you. Watch our other videos for vital tips on safeguarding your finances and understanding different scam tactics. Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Anonymize for safety, of course. Let's build a strong, informed community focused on financial safety and fraud prevention. Remember to like this video, subscribe to our channel for daily deep dives into financial scams, and hit that notification bell so you never miss crucial updates. Your financial future is your responsibility. Empower yourself with knowledge, vigilance, and a healthy dose of skepticism, and never let a scammer steal your dreams.